We are here with Nerdtooine's first official ever prediction episode. We're going to do predictions for SummerSlam. I really like the card that we have. It's a very diverse card. I do wish that we had a Rhea championship match on there, or maybe the Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus match that's been building up for the last forever. But we do have what we have as the card as of now, and I think that this is the semi order that we might see it in. First, we're going to start off with a SummerSlam Battle Royal, which is sponsored by, um, wow, Slim Jim, sponsored by Slim Jim. Um, there's a whole bunch of people in it. Shinsuke Nakamura. You got the Alpha Academy. You got LA Knight, yeah, of course. And everyone's predicting LA Knight to win. I mean, if he doesn't win this Battle Royale, which gets him nothing, like it's not like it gets him a championship match or anything. Like it's just a match. Like how do you not give him this win at least? You know what I mean? Like that just makes no sense if they don't. So I feel like it's gonna be a fun, entertaining match, and I think LA Knight has to come out on top. The only person I think that might sneak his way in and win is Grayson Waller. They have big plans for him, and he's the type of person that would sneak in there and ruin the fun and relish in it. So I think that's gonna be a big part of the story there. Then we got the Ricochet versus Logan Paul match, and I think this is going to sneakily steal the show, which is why I think they're gonna have it on early. Because if you have like something like the an Intercontinental Championship match or a triple threat for WWE Women's Championship match, and it goes before that and it gets shown up, I think that's gonna look bad. So I feel like that's gonna be early on in the show. It's gonna be nothing but highlight reels and viral moments. It's gonna be absolutely insane. I'm gonna be doing a live watch of that hopefully when it happens tomorrow night because I'm recording this technically. Actually, no, I guess it'd be tonight by the time this posts. But yeah, I think that's going to be a great match, and I think a lot of the crowd is Logan Paul is going to win the crowd over, and I think his way he's going to do this match with Ricochet is going to be unbelievable, and I think they're going to be like, okay, you know what, you're okay. I really think that's what's going to happen. And then we have an MMA rules Ronda Rousey versus Shayna Baszler, and so the rumors are that this is probably going to be the last match in the WWE for Ronda Rousey. So, I mean, if it is, then I feel like she's going to get Shayna over, and Shayna is a fantastically talented wrestler, and she should be in the main event scene with the likes of the Raquel Rodriguez and the Ronda Rouseys. She can hang with them. I mean, she was like dominant in NXT when she first came up to the main roster. She came the Elimination Chamber. She absolutely destroyed everyone, and that's the Shayna Baszler that should come out of this match. So I definitely have Shayna Baszler taking the win there. We got the Intercontinental Championship match between Gunther and Drew McIntyre. So this match is not going to end clean. In my opinion, it's definitely not going to end clean. Gunther is going to win by disqualification or someone's actions leading to Drew getting pinned. I feel like Drew's going to be whooping his butt. Then he's going to get Gunther down, and then Imperium's going to come out, mess with the ref. They get taken out by, I'm guessing, the Brawling Brutes and Sheamus. And I think Sheamus is going to interfere and get Drew's championship opportunity ruined. And it's going to create a feud between all three of them. And I think we're going to see Drew McIntyre turn heel because he's going to be tired of being nice and getting screwed over again and again and again. Well, I think that's going to be a theme throughout this entire show, really. Then we've got the WWE Women's Championship Triple Threat match. Asuka versus Bianca Belair versus Charlotte Flair. Now, this is going to be a great match. These three are the three of the best women on the planet when it comes to wrestling. Asuka, I've said forever, is one of the best we've ever seen. And I definitely think she's going to come out on top on this. I don't know. It's not going to be clean. I'm sure she's going to use the mist somehow. Um, I also think that there's going to be a failed cash in. And I think Io Sky is going to get screwed over by Bailey, leading to a turn there, which is good because, I mean, I love Bailey and Io Sky and Dakota Kai as, damage control. But unfortunately, when Dakota went down, it made it the entire dynamic change. And while Bailey is one of the greatest female wrestlers of all time, she's done so much for the women's wrestling movement. She's one of the four horsewomen of WWE, and she deserves all the flowers in the world. But at this point in time, I think Io is a better wrestler. And I think Io, as the character, is getting tired of, like on SmackDown tonight, Bailey cut her off and just basically said, "Oh, we're not going to say anything about what she's going to do. Our plans, our plans, our plans." And Io just kind of looked at her like, I don't like this anymore. And I think that somehow that she's going to cash in and get screwed out, and Asuka's going to win. I would love to see a hellacious match between Asuka, Bianca, and Charlotte Flair. Asuka barely makes it. Out comes Io Sky and cashes in. They have a short little, maybe 3-4 minute match, and then Io loses because of Bailey's actions. That would just set off a great storyline that I would love to see moving forward. Now we have Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar. So this match, I feel, is going to be very quick. I feel like Cody is going to steal a victory. And I also think, there's rumors that Randy Orton is coming back at SummerSlam. Apparently, there's confirmation that he's in Detroit right now. He could just be attending. He might not be appearing in the show. But if he does, that's where he comes in. He comes in after Cody wins and then just RKOs him out of nowhere, setting up a feud with them. Because, this whole road for Cody, he has to, he went up against Roman, failed, and now he's going to go through basically every big, powerful, or iconic player on the roster. Believe me, I'm definitely not saying that all of his competitors that he's gone up against are that, because, Dom isn't. I enjoy Dom, and he's actually starting to grow on me as a heel. I used to hate, I didn't like the whole, my dad is he's a deadbeat dad. Even in his reverse twisted world, it would be absentee. Because, it's not like he was living on the streets. Ray paved his way to do what he's doing right now. So, at the very least, correct it, man. Absentee. Not deadbeat. And then, moving on, we have the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor. Now, this can go one of three ways. I think the way that they're going to go is Seth Rollins is going to win, just to keep his reign going, to add some more, to solidify a little bit more this World Heavyweight Championship that they just created. But the storyline that I think would be the best would be for Finn to beat him, and then for a few months or whatever, you have him be super worried about Damian. I also could see a scenario where Damian walks down with him, immediately cashes in, and makes it a triple threat match, thinking we'll knock him out, and then one of us will just win, and then they'll start beefing. Because, I could see Damian cashing in, triple threat, they beat up Seth, and then Priest goes for the pin, and Finn's like, "Hey, what the hell? This is my time." and then they start beefing. I could see that going down as well. That's a really interesting storyline that I would really love to see. But I feel like the most likely is that they're just going to give it to Seth, and let him keep this reign going just to add some more oomph to his reign. The first reign shouldn't be short. I mean, I know this is probably like there's rumors that he has back, like his back is bothering him, so he could use some time off, to do that, like get surgery or whatever he needs to do. Um, but I definitely think that it's better for the championship if he keeps it. Um, Especially if they do a banger. Like Seth Rollins and Finn Balor are very talented and they play very well off each other. They both do sling blades. They both are, they both have a version of the stomp, whether it be the coup de grace with Finn or the actual stomp by Seth Rollins. They have similar, like, other complementary moves as well. And they always put on great matches. So I could see that being a really good match. Again, I feel like they're going to go the easy way and just have Seth win, barely, and maybe have like Damian come down, and that's what messes him up, like he did in his last title defense. But again, I really would love to see Finn win it, because that story of him defeating Seth and finally avenging that loss all those years ago, that is the better story. And then you can always play the paranoid Finn with his running mate Damian with the Money in the Bank briefcase. And thinking about that for one, and another thing that I've seen a lot of people talk about, that if they let Finn win that, even if it's for a short time, they can have every member of the Judgment Day holding some type of championship or something. Like, Priest doesn't have a championship belt, but he's got the Money in the Bank. You got Dom with the NXT North American Championship. You've got Rhea Ripley with the Women's Championship on Raw. And then you would have Finn Balor as the World Heavyweight Champion. I feel like if you want to solidify the Judgment Day as the next bloodline, you have to pull that trigger now. Even if it's short-lived, because at least it had a peak. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing that I feel like would be the best for the Judgment Day as a whole moving forward. Especially like if you think about it, they leave SummerSlam and open Monday Night Raw like, yo, what do we say? We run Monday Night Raw. We're now the heavyweight champion, the female heavyweight champion. We have the NXT championship, and we also have the Money in the Bank. You ain't messing with the Judgment Day. I definitely think that's a good storyline they should explore. I really think that would be good for not only the Judgment Day, everyone in it, but the story as a whole. Because then you can turn Seth semi heel and have him just go on a rampage, and everyone's still gonna love him. Even when he was a heel, everyone still screamed and chanted his song. It doesn't matter. It's Seth freaking Rollins, So I definitely think that we should get a little bit of that. I would love to see like angry Seth Rollins, the happy. I love the happy, the joking, eating buffalo wings and buffalo. I love it, but I like the angry, like the visionary. That's what I would like to see. The revolutionary. Yeah, that's what I want. All right. Finally, we have the undisputed WWE Universal Championship fought by tribal combat, with Roman Reigns versus main event Jey Uso. See, this is the problem with Roman Reigns' championship run. We all know Jey ain't beating him. No matter what. Jey can't win. It's impossible because it's Roman Reigns. It has to be. Roman Reigns is not losing these championships anywhere but WrestleMania. Period. It doesn't matter. You could put the entire WWE roster up against him at any regular Raw or SmackDown or any pay-per-view event of the year. All of them. And he would somehow beat them all. He'll lose it at WrestleMania. Guaranteed. That's the only place that this historic championship could possibly be lost. It's just there's just no way around that. I'm sorry. That's just what's gonna happen. And anyone who thinks otherwise is just they're fooling themselves. But I think this is gonna be really, really fun, brutal match. When I say fun, I mean like it's gonna have a great story. I feel like we're gonna also see the turn of Solo Sikoa. I don't think he's gonna actually turn like on Roman, but I don't think he's like. I feel like he's gonna come down. He's gonna be there as a good soldier, and then he's going to get another super kick to the mouth. Dude's had like he's ate like 40 super kicks to the mouth over the last month. Like I feel like this will be the time where he's like, you know what, Roman, you're on your own. And what I want to see, and this is what I've been saying for a while, in order to really make Roman Reigns' run, especially the ending of his run, truly iconic, and you want to make him really the undisputed greatest of all time, you strip him of everything but those belts. Solo turns. Maybe Paul goes back to Brock. But Paul leaves for whatever reason. And he's all alone. And then have him defend his title again. And again. And again. All by himself. Conquering all comers. And destroying them. Make him look super good on this final run. And I don't know if it will ever really turn him babyface. But the crowd will start... I feel like the crowd will start appreciating Roman again. Because there was a time where everyone hated Roman because WWE was like, this is the guy whether you like it or not. And it was brilliant turning him heel because that's the only thing that saved him and made this possible. So give him a redeeming Darth Vader moment. Let him realize the error of his ways and conquer every foe that stands in his path until WrestleMania next year, where he loses it to probably Cody Rhodes. Because there's been a lot of people that Roman has beat with the help of the Usos and Solo. You can have him do almost like a rematch tour of all those people he beat by their hand or kick. Or foot, I should have said foot. Or spike or kick. And have them come back and want to get their pound of flesh. And then Roman denies them that again and again and again, just by beating them by himself and showing how great of a champion he really is. I understand people will be like, oh, well, he's a heel. That's what they do. They cheat. Okay. Yeah, they do. But you know what they also do? They also destroy people in the ring. They put on fantastic matches so that you can put that over as a legitimate, they could have beat him without the cheating. But why wouldn't he cheat? He's a heel. I get it. I understand. I'm not saying a heel can't lie, cheat, and steal. I mean, one of the greatest heels we ever had, Eddie Guerrero, I mean, the things he did were so amazing as a heel. But he still, like, when he beat Brock Lesnar, like, he beat Brock Lesnar. You know what I mean? Like, you can't win every championship match by assistance and think that people will care down the road. Because, like, if people 20 years from now watch these championship matches and go, yo, Roman didn't really beat anybody. The Usos and Solo beat a whole bunch of people for him. And, you know, you look at, like, every single person who's gone up against the tribal chief has to first get beat up by Solo Sikoa first. Like, and those are the knocks on this championship run for Roman, is that he hasn't done enough on his own. He hasn't defended the title enough. Let him defend the title numerous times on this last little run of his championship and solidify it as one of the greatest of all time. I mean, there's argument now that it already is one of the greatest of all time. I mean, the sheer length of it is ungodly. That's what she said. But at the same time, you have all these like, oh well, Cody was gonna beat him. Solo showed up. You know what I mean? Like, every single, like, he's had good matches, but they never stick the landing, in my opinion. Like, you had so many great storylines along this bloodline, like all these little like off ramps that you could have taken, and you haven't taken any of them. You're not going to take this one, obviously. But at some point, the unstoppable Roman Reigns, who will always be Roman Reigns even after the whole whatever happens with the tribal chiefs, if I lose, I'm still Roman Reigns. Well, okay. It's time that Roman Reigns comes back and not the tribal chief. Because the tribal chief, while a great character, I mean, he is single-handedly changing what it means to be this type of professional wrestler. Because I think there's many, like, this is more a story type of wrestling, where AEW, while it has stories, it's more match driven. And then you've got, like, New Japan, where it's like real contact almost, you know what I mean? Like, excuse me, like, it's like those strikes look and sound and I'm sure feel stiff as hell. So there's a little bit for everything. You got the luchadors, all across the world, and I'm sure I'm leaving out some, but when it comes to WWE, Roman Reigns and his, let's say, acting ability has been on center stage, and it's been impressive. I'm sure soon enough he'll be going to Hollywood, and he's going to do very well. I definitely, obviously, anyone who sits here and would say, "Oh, Jey Uso's winning the championship," they lying. they lying. They don't believe that. They're just saying that to try to get clicks. There's just no way. Again, I'll repeat myself. Roman Reigns is not losing his undisputed heavyweight championship belts. Dude's got 3 at this point. He's not losing them until WrestleMania. Guaranteed. You're not going to have this run end anywhere but the Showcase of the Immortals. SummerSlam might be the biggest show of the summer, but it's not where the Immortals go. It's not WrestleMania. But those are my predictions. I will be hopefully doing a live watch of SummerSlam tonight on probably YouTube, maybe Twitch, maybe TikTok, everywhere is in between. But I will be, it's going to be fun. If you like all sorts of content, wrestling, Marvel, DC, comic books, movies, TV shows when they're not on strike, pay the writers, pay the actors. I stand with them, please. Come on. It's just pretty much anything nerdy. Just give me a follow. You won't regret it. All right, until next time, this is Nerdtooine signing off.